We're going to kick it off this week with the Epstein files, man. They finally released them. I think it's a little bit too late. They had too much time to take certain people's names off, man.
Yeah.
Well, both the House and the Senate, they passed a bill that would require the Department of Justice to release essentially whatever is in their possession regarding Jeffrey Epstein. The Epstein Files Transparency Act. So what does that mean? The law requires the DOJ, within 30 days of the president signing this, quote, to make publicly available in a searchable and downloadable format all unclassified records, documents, communications, and investigative materials in the possession of the Department of Justice, including the Federal Bureau of Investigation and United States Attorney's offices that relate to Jeffrey Epstein, including all investigations, prosecutions, or custodial matters.
How you feel about that?
Yeah, I think they did exactly what you said, man. They was like, well, let us get a couple weeks, you know what I'm saying? We're going to redact a couple names, you know.
No, it's been a while for a while, man.
Yeah, it's been happening for a long time. Now, they released some of the files, but then they didn't want to release the other half. So now that other half, you know, it's making people question, like, is that the real stuff that was even in the files? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't know what to believe anymore. And I think they had too much time to take a lot of high-profile people off the list. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's what they was working on the whole time. Like, let's make sure we go through this, you know what I'm saying, and make sure we got all the high-powered names out of here because we ain't trying to get nobody, you know, in trouble. But, I mean, you feel like that's okay, man?
No, not at all. But they've been lying to us since forever, man. So it's like we don't know what's true and what's a lie. That's why you got to do your research, man.
Yeah. I think Trump, though, you know, at the end of the day, he didn't want his name in there, you know, and I think that he was waiting till they comb through everything and make sure, you know, he's out of every single piece of paperwork. Now, I feel like Epstein, you know, he never going to get the justice that he deserved due to the fact that he was, you know, killed in jail. But I just think that, I mean, it's not okay to hold certain things from the community, you know what I mean? And the media, you know, they good at that. They trying to, you know, they trying to censor us so we know only certain things about certain situations. And I think that's terrible, bro.
And we got ideas who he was partying with. There's a bunch of pictures of each and everybody, you know what I mean? So it's like...
Yeah. I mean, and it's a lot of the victims coming out and saying that certain people was there. So when certain names ain't going to be in there, they're going to be like, hold on. You know, I told you that Prince, what's his name, did something. You know what I'm saying? I told you that this dude from over here did something. Why ain't they names in here? So I think eventually, to be honest with you, I think the name's going to still come out because the victim's going to be like, bruh, if y'all ain't going to tell them, we going to tell them. You know
eventually,
what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's the most important thing you got to look forward to in this whole thing. Because like I told you last week, I think, you see a lot of victims now coming out. You know what I mean? They're not really feeling the situation and how it's going down. They see that the politicians, they got a lot more power than they thought.
Been abused for like 10 years straight, 20 years. Yeah, they're going to start coming out because like it's a thing to do nowadays. You know?
Yeah. Do you think this should lead to like a lot of civil suits? Because I feel like a lot of people should be sued over these situations and how it's being handled. And I think that, you know, these victims deserve some kind of, you know, money out of this, you know?
Yeah, but I think without having Epstein, the biggest link in the whole thing, you know what I mean, it's going to be hard to point the finger and sue because, you know what I mean, they took out Epstein, so how are they going to get that?
So what you think about that lady, Giselle Maxine? You think she should be the one to get hit?
Yeah, they're going to have to put everything on her, man.
Hey, you hear how they switched her jails after they had that little sit down with her? She went to like a different jail, like basically a country club, like a nice little jail.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, so I think that, you know, she probably won't come out and never say nothing either because they probably hit her bank account with a couple M's like, hey, just keep your mouth closed, do your time, we're going to let you get out in a couple years, and that's going to be it. But like I said, there's no justice for the people that this happened to, and all they want to do is just cover up these situations, and it's kind of sad, bro, but I mean, the politicians, they're going to do what they want to, especially Trump. You know, if it ain't going his way, he ain't finna allow it.